Now from KWWL, this is the Steel Report.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Steel Report. As you can see, I have three new guests on the program this week. We are here to talk about what's going to be happening this week in Cedar Falls, because did you know it's Earth Week? Let's meet our guests right now. This is Nadia Patel, and Nadia is a junior at Cedar Falls High School, and she is the president and founder of a very unique student organization called the Monarch Club, and we'll let Nadia talk about that here in just a few minutes. Also welcome Brett Morris, and Brett is the park supervisor for the city of Cedar Falls. He's going to talk about some of the great events happening this week. And welcome back to the program. This, of course, is Amanda Huseman, and she works also for the city of Cedar Falls as the communications specialist. And one time, many years ago, Amanda, remember you were actually a student of mine at the University of Northern Iowa when I was teaching up there. So welcome back. So everybody, welcome to the program. Really appreciate you taking the time. Amanda, why don't you start this by talking about Earth Week in Cedar Falls, and really it started as a cleanup effort or something like that. Why don't you expand on that?
Yeah, well, it started about 4 years ago as a Cedar Falls citywide cleanup event, which is a bit of a mouthful. We really expanded it. It kind of experienced a glow up, and we call it Cedar Falls Earth Week now. And part of that was not only incorporating the great cleanup activities that we've been doing, where we invite local organizations, businesses, individuals, neighbors to get out and pick up litter in the community, but we also wanted to highlight the partnerships that we've had with our local organizations and all of the conservation efforts that we've been doing around the city.
How many parks are there in Cedar Falls that you oversee?
Actually, 39.
39 parks.
Yep.
I would have never guessed that many. That's amazing, really.
Yep.
And how are you involved then in Earth Week?
With park staff, like last year we handed out seedling trees. We had them available at City Hall that any citizen could come in and pick up a tree to plant in their yard. This year we're actually giving out butterfly milkweed plugs. So there'll be 150 available at City Hall for any citizen to come down to City Hall and pick one up. And when they're gone, but there's 150 that we're giving out. And then with Nadia in the Monarch Club, we're going to plant 100 other Monarch plugs around town in our city parks and some of our planting beds, public buildings, just to try to get pollinators out in the city.
So let's move on to Nadia, because you're a junior at Cedar Falls High School.
Yes,
so tell me a little bit about the idea. Obviously, you're very much concerned about our environment and improving the environment in the city of Cedar Falls. So where did this idea come for your Monarch Club? Tell us all about that.
Yes, I'd love to share the inspiration. So getting the Monarch Club started and this project started was a journey in itself. It began with a vision and a creative solution. As a high schooler, I could see the connection between the decrease in monarch populations and its impact on the environment and food security. Living in Iowa, there was also this issue of pig waste and its environmental impact. Pig waste can leach into our water bodies, causing eutrophication and posing a threat to aquatic ecosystems. I saw an opportunity to tackle this problem too, and actually presented an overall solution to these issues at the Iowa All-State Speech Festival last year. It began with the pilot project at the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, where we planted milkweed using recycled pig manure to create these pollinator pots. There were 12,000 pounds of produce harvested last year, which was a remarkable increase for the food bank. In essence, starting this project and this club was my way of addressing multiple challenges simultaneously. Additionally, by using recycled pig manure to help grow these plants, we reduced the environmental impact of this waste. The interconnectedness of these issues and their potential solutions inspired me to take action. It was a project born out of a genuine desire to make a positive impact on the monarchs, our environment, and our community.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, have you done this with a committee, kind of other students at Cedar Falls High School, or have you done this by yourself? Yeah.
For sure. So, as for the number of students in our club, it's not just limited to our student organization. It's important to note that our doors are open to anyone who shares the same passion for environmental conservation and sustainability. So right now, we're also going to be partnering with local schools, such as Orchard Hill Elementary, Aldrich Elementary, and Hudson. And they will be helping us with our pollinator plots, and also we'll be teaching them about environmental stewardship as well.
Amanda, you were telling me actually when Amanda contacted me about Earth Week, and you were just raving about how smart Nadia is and what she's done, and you must be very proud of what she's doing for the city.
It's absolutely amazing to see such incredible young local leaders in our community. I mean, Cedar Falls is really so much founded on volunteerism. I mean, the fact that we have such an active, engaged community is what makes it possible to do these great events, to have these great services. So when you see young student leaders like Nadia, it's very inspiring, and it says amazing things about our future.
Mm-hmm. In fact, we do have some video I'd like to show you right now. These are some of the locations, Brett, that you've been working on. So why don't you talk a little bit about what is going on in some of those locations?
Yeah, so we've planted several pollinator areas around Cedar Falls, whether it's in parks or along bike trails. And a couple of those are a biocell at Clay Street Park. The Hearst Center, there's a really nice butterfly garden out back there. Also added some to our Central Park location, which we did a pollinator there, planted that 3 years ago, but then we've added some milkweed with the Monarch Club last year. And then also along the trail kind of by 2nd and State Street, we put a few butterfly milkweed plants there as well. And then we also have obviously other prairie areas around Cedar Falls, whether it's Prairie Lakes, Big Woods, out at Pheasant Ridge Golf Course, there's several pollinators. So this is just a nice addition to some of the pollinators that we already had.
This must be truly a passion for you.
Yes, definitely. So each of these sites presented their own unique opportunities for monarch habitats. Whether it was a public park, like Brett said, an artistic space, or a riverside area, our goal remained consistent, and that was to provide monarchs with a nurturing environment to support their populations and contribute to a healthier ecosystem.
We can feel your passion here on the set. We really appreciate that. Can the public get involved in this, Amanda? The citizens of Cedar Falls, how can they be of help this week?
Well, with Earth Week, it's the 21st to the 27th of April, and anyone can head out and pick up litter around the neighborhoods, around heavily traveled roads, trails. You can pick up free 30-gallon blue collection bags at city facilities, including City Hall and the Public Works Center. You can grab a friend, grab a coworker, get out there and pick up trash in the city. There will be pickup points located throughout Earth Week at our local parks. You can also contact Public Works to arrange a special pickup. So anybody can get out there and collect trash. Now, as far as doing these amazing projects, it's important to remember that Nadia came to the parks team and they did this together. Anyone that has these ideas can do that to make a better future for our communities. So as Brett had said, we will be giving out milkweed plants throughout Earth Week at City Hall, and we're really looking forward to growing these pollinator gardens. Nadia and our parks team have just been absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see them grow.
Nadia, I don't get the feeling that you were intimidated by going to speak to these people at all, that this is something right up your alley. You've been involved in speech competition, obviously, before. So what was it like going to try to talk these folks into becoming partners with you?
Definitely. I think it's important to note that when you have a passion, don't be afraid to actually speak your mind. So for instance, I talked about how I was so concerned about these environmental issues, and I talked at the All-State Iowa Speech Festival. So I think it's important to note that when you have these issues, it's important to talk to somebody who shares the same passion. So getting with like-minded individuals, you can pool your resources and as a result create a larger impact. So when I reached out to the City Parks team, it was really great to see that they had the same passions as I. And as a result, we made such a huge impact over just the last year, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
So Earth Week is going on this week, and also, Brett, you just mentioned we're big lovers of trees, so what's happening with Arbor Day?
Yeah, the 26th is actually Arbor Day this year, or it's always the last Friday in April. So the city of Cedar Falls is actually, has been recognized as Tree City USA for over 40 years, so that's something that we're real proud of. And part of that recognition, we do a Arbor Day planting every year, which we would do anyway, but this year we're actually planting 2 trees in Overman Park. We've taken several ash trees out of that park over the last 7 years with the emerald ash borer that we've been busy with. So yeah, Arbor Day is a big day for us too. It's just kind of cool that it falls right in with Earth Week this year. That doesn't always happen. It does happen, from year sometimes, but not every year. So.
And Amanda, always we put the city website up here throughout the interview, but what's the best way for people to learn more information? Is it just go to the city website? Or
Yep, you can visit cedarfalls.com to learn more about Earth Week. You can also, I encourage everybody to follow us on Facebook at City CF. So throughout Earth Week, we're going to be broadcasting a lot of our milkweed plantings, our Arbor Day planting, and highlighting some of the organizations that are taking part in the cleanup effort. So definitely follow us on Facebook or visit cedarfalls.com to stay updated.
Well, thank you all for coming in for the interview. And Nadia, great job as a student. I'm looking forward to see what you'll do in the future as you move off to Cedar Falls and go on to college. And as always, Amanda, nice to have you. Brett, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. So it is Earth Week in Cedar Falls. Take advantage of that. Be a part of the big cleanup citywide. A reminder, all of our recent shows can be found on kwwl.com. Just go to the Steel Report tab at the top of the page. Click on, and then you'll see all of our recent shows. That's it for this week. As always, thanks for watching. We'll be back here with a new edition next week.